First day into UFC 6. Haven't played UFC 5 in a day. I'm fiending for a game. Finna brush my teeth while I talk to y'all boys. So, I will give UFC 6 this. They're coming out with, like, you know, they coming out with consistent news to keep us hyped for the game. Like, they just showed, like, they will have the White House in the game. And in my opinion, that is lit, you know? A lot of people want, like, grappling and all that. You know what I want in the game? You know what I want in UFC 6? Hand fighting. I want hand fighting. A big part of, like, a lot of fighters in fighting is hand fighting. When you sit there and you hand fight with somebody, that matters, in my opinion, because if I'm sitting here, if I got your hand with my hand like this, right, and I'm more above, I mean, I can transition, I can read. You know, hand fighting is big in UFC. And it's the smallest thing that you see, but it's so unique. You know? Y'all ever, hold on. Y'all ever fight somebody in real life, and then you hand fight them, and you realize, when not hand fight, when you keep that jab out there, that jab is how you get in that range. When you hand fight with somebody, that's how you get up in that range, I'm telling you. I wonder if it's gonna be in UFC 5. I mean UFC 6. Because that's a big part about striking, man. Hand fighting. And I feel like if it was in the game, a lot of people would do it because it's that technical. A lot of people want to feel like they're good at the game. A lot of people do little shit like that. Well, that's basically saying a lot of people wouldn't know how to use it. They wouldn't know what to do with it. And that's me saying, like, I'm hyped for the game. I'm hyped for how different it's gonna be. I'm hyped for all of that shit, right? Now, my only problem is I don't even have a problem with the wrestling not being changed. The only thing I want in the wrestling is the mechanics to be changed. It's too many people that know how to do that wrestling shit. Like, it's too many people already. I'm good. I'm good. My skill level not there yet. No. You still, how I'ma try to grapple, but then that's a whole nother side of the game. I almost said literally, and that wouldn't have made sense. But that's like a whole nother side of the game. And you sitting here telling me that I gotta focus on wrestling, or that it's like, man, I'm gonna focus on the striking. I'm gonna get really good at my striking, because I feel like in the UFC game, you can't have no striking and just have grappling. You can't have just grappling and no striking. No, that don't make sense. You gotta have a little bit. You gotta have a lot of this and a little bit of that at least. But the footwork in UFC 6, the footwork, if y'all pay attention in UFC 5, a lot of people, they get free range. Like, and I don't want to say free, but if you ain't been playing that game since when it started, you probably won't notice how much free range people get. People get a lot of free range in that game. But footwork is gonna play a big role in UFC 5. And I feel like that's gonna be good, because a lot of players will be coming from UFC 5. And a lot of the bums or a lot of the sweats or a lot of the cheese players, they will transition and they will be playing the same, right? My biggest concern about UFC 6 is whether or not, I wonder how good the transition will be. You know, the transition between games, because I wouldn't say I'm the best at, I'm not that good at UFC 6, but at the same time, I'm not that bad. I'm more of a sim type of player. I wouldn't sit here and say I'm a hardcore fan of UFC, but I say I'm on the verge of being. I'm on the verge of like a casual, and also I want to like on the verge of like being a hardcore fan also. And if I was y'all, when it came to playing UFC 5, I'd just be playing 3 games, playing it slow. I wouldn't even play UFC 5 fast anymore. I'll try to play it slow. I wouldn't even use that much head movement. I'll use head movement just to get out the way on UFC 5, but head movement is gonna be different on UFC 6. You know how you dunk, and you dunk into a kick, or you dunk and like you really dodged that punch, but your head dunked into an uppercut. That's not how it's gonna be on UFC 6. It's gonna be more realistic. If y'all notice, UFC 5 had the same problems Undisputed Boxing had. You can't, like, you damn near gotta guess when you dodge unless you, like I said, been playing the game since it first came out. You really gotta sit there and like, no, it's just not my type of game, especially when I'm somebody that grew up watching UFC. Well, I don't want to say UFC, but grew up watching MMA and grew up watching boxing. And for me to see people just get free range, or people just play the game like it's Mortal Kombat, or people play the game like it's not a real life simulation boxing game, is stupid to me. Yes, fighters throw head kicks, but when you see the same nigga throw a head kick over and over and over, it make you get bored, right? Also, I feel like another reason you should be playing UFC 5 to transition to UFC 6 is like the things that you do that's stupid, like consistently throwing head kicks. I mean, I just got on that, but I'm gonna get on myself now for that. I do consistently throw head kicks as well. It's a few fights I lost the head kicks just because, I don't know. But a lot of people, this is the thing I will say, know your character. Know your character on UFC 6. Know your character. Because it's going to be some people. One thing I realize on UFC 5 is people love them bailout shots. Them shots that you can just throw like a jab or something behind it. They love them bailout shots. And like, I know it's a lot of people that are, oh, I'm going to dodge them bailout shots. Like, somebody throw a jab and just keep throwing and throw a body kick. It's like, bro, you wasn't doing that at the start of the round until you started losing and getting your ass whooped. And I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, damn, it's the first round. You still throwing body kicks. I don't even want to be like you spamming, but that's not going to slide on UFC 6. But here's the thing, it might. It might. See, that's where the cheese come from. I feel like the cheese on UFC 6 will be the kicks. I believe they will be the kicks. Because you're not hitting me with that hook if you're not in range. I'm going to just slip out the way. Boom, you're pull counter. Right? You're not hitting me. But when it comes to them kicks, be careful also. When it comes to playing against bums, you tend to take some of their well, I'm not gonna say that, but out of all the bums I played, you learn how they play. You do. And out of all the good players I played, they got fast reflexes, my nigga. They just gonna pack you up and get you up out of that. Some good players just gonna play with you. I remember I was playing this one dude that his name was like XD Green. This one I was like low key cheating on UFC 5. Well, I wasn't cheating. Nobody knew me at the time, but like I had got a glitch, and I just kept restarting the fucking thing, and then, but I had played one of the #1 ranked people, and he beat me in the first round. We were just standing there, and you know what he did? He just, I don't know, I still can't even remember this. He just, I don't even know what he did. It was like he just jabbed straight, hook, and I was done. I was done. But be careful for them body kickers. The people that's gonna spam it to the body. You know, that was my main problem in UFC 5. People spamming to the body, and then I get their body health down low because I was the one attacking their health first, and then I just sell because I'm playing against a bum. It's like it's really no, you're not making no reads playing against a bum. You're just playing. You ever just hop on UFC 5 and you like, I know I'm not this good at this game. But when you play a trash player and you just trying to practice, it's like, bro, I'm not even trying to finish you. I'm trying to keep you up, you know? But it's like when it's like when somebody is so bad at a game. Or I don't want to say bad, but just you are better than them, it's so hard to like sit there and take it serious. You know? But that's enough about UFC 5. Let's move on to just UFC 6. A lot of people ain't gonna be able to cope with the changes. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people hating on the game just because they realize that it's not gonna be fast paced. A lot of people want a UFC Mortal Kombat game, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if these people don't watch too much Evo or too much Sonic Fox, or I don't know. But that's all I got to say, man. Make sure y'all know what y'all practicing on and know y'all strengths and weaknesses going into UFC 6. So I'm gone, man. Love.